you want to have stability. Handgun, everything is about stability. Handgun's separate because it's a working weapon. Long gun, you actually have multiple points to keep the gun straight. All right. So when you first start learning the shoot, like number one rule, you never put your finger in here. Keep it straight, like that. Right? Until you're ready to shoot. Got it? So this right here is supposed to rest against your shoulder.
It likes the 10-rounder.
Now the way I teach people to do this, because you want to have some stability, is I kind of want to make a brace. All right. So what I do is I'll come underneath my arm, over my bicep, and I can rest the gun like this. Right. So now it's stable.
Okay.
There's one thing I like, and that is actually shooting guns. It's relaxing to me. But another thing I really like to enjoy is shooting with other people. And I get a very huge excitement out of bringing somebody to the range experience. It is exciting to me because I remember the first time I went, and I love to see the way people react when they actually see the awesome sight of a bunch of targets downrange and benches lined up, especially outside, you know, because you can get these big giant ranges. One comes to mind. We go to Calverton a lot, and I remember the first time I went there, and it was just an awesome sight. And I still remember that first shot that rang out. Nothing like it. So when I get an opportunity to do the same for someone else, wow, I grab it. I jump on it. Recently, my sister-in-law gave me a call, said, well, why don't you take me out? So I said, sure, come on out. Her and her friend decided to come out, and we had a really dope time out at Calverton. So this is that day. The day out of the range at Calverton in Long Island. Oh yeah, one more thing. Hit the like button. Don't worry, I'll remind you again. Enjoy.
Shooting, you want to have stability. Handgun, everything is about stability. Handgun's separate because it's a working weapon. Long gun, you actually have multiple points to keep the gun straight. All right. So when you first start learning the shoot, like number one rule, you never put your finger in here. Keep it straight, like that. Right? Until you're ready to shoot. Got it? So this right here is supposed to rest against your shoulder.
It likes the 10-rounder.
Now the way I teach people to do this, because you want to have some stability, is I kind of want to make a brace. All right. So what I do is I'll come underneath my arm, over my bicep, and I can rest the gun like this. Right. So now it's stable.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
all right. So it'll look something like this. This is too tall for me for this gun. I actually need. Give me that green thing right there behind you. Because I'm taller than you. So it'll be up here, right? Okay. So for me, it would be up here. All right. So I'm gonna show you how to get this position.
Okay.
But first I want you to find, you're going to be doing this for a while. Until you can actually figure it out and see where you can, because you're going to see how close this guy looks.
Okay.
And then if you are ready, I'm going to tell you to take it off the safety, then you'll put your finger in here. You'll feel the trigger before it's about to break. Right? I don't know if you were listening when I was said before that there's something called take up. It's how much that trigger moves before it stops. Once it stops, you know if it's running further, it's gonna snap, right? So that's called the break. And then you keep your finger, relax, keep your finger on the trigger and you let go, but don't let go like this. Don't do this. Just kind of ride it. You'll feel it break, and then when you release it, you'll feel it reset. and then you can take the next shot. But let's get your stance together and let you take a couple shots.
Okay.
Don't follow it. Pull it, let it go.
Pull it, let it go.
Yes.
Only follow here.
Yes. This way it won't really go into battery and it won't shoot. It'll be sitting here like wise and shoot. So hopefully it will.
Okay, let's stop for a second. So there was a couple of things that there was a problem with here. The main thing was, well, she's a new shooter, so trying to find what we call an eye relief. Every optic has the optimal distance from the glass to your eye where you can see perfectly. Some better optics have better eye relief. And some are just tricky, you know. That's one problem. But the reason she was having that problem is that she's a left-handed. Why is that so important? Well, I'm left-handed. So I grew up shooting rifles as a righty. And the reason that works out for me is because my right eye is more dominant, or my dominant eye. Okay, so I can sit on that side of the bench and just tilt my head to the right where my right eye meets the optic. She's a left-handed, and I forgot she's left-handed, and she's sitting on the right-hand side of the bench. So she has to tilt her head all the way down because I believe her left eye is the dominant one. So we do rectify this later on, and I figure it out and said, oh, daggone, I forgot. Because I forgot. So we put her on the right side of the bench, and everything was a lot easier for her. As I said, she was new. So finding that right distance, and I remember that when I first started shooting, like, where is my head supposed to be? But we figured it out. I just wanted to stop that. And quickly, if you guys want to figure out which eye is dominant for you, because I'm left hand, right eye dominant, if you put a triangle in front of you like a pyramid, your index fingers reaching outstretched arms with your thumbs, and you look at an object in the distance, if you close one eye and the image changes on you, then that is not your dominant eye. If you open one eye, the other eye, and you close the opposite eye, it should align back in front of that little triangle that I spoke about, and that is how you show and prove and find out which is your dominant eye. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there. Let's get back. Most times when I start somebody shooting, I bring out the 22s. I believe this is a Remington 597. I got this when I was in college. My daughter shoots a Ruger 22. Anyway, the reason we put them on a 22 is because there is really no recoil, and it's fun. You can go and just sit down and just shoot 1,000 rounds of 22. Relatively inexpensive, and it gets people used to, one, the posture of sitting or standing, shooting a gun that's a long gun, a rifle, and it doesn't really scare them off. Listen, 50 yards is not that close. I know many people who have moved away from Long Island or have gone down south, and one of the funny things about it is that they're in more gun-friendly territory, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of long ranges out there. Most of them stop around 25 yards. Here we have 50, we have 100, and over to the left we have 200. There was a time, I don't know if Harry still does it, he's the one who runs Calverton. They used to have special appointments where you could actually shoot across the parking lot and that allows you to get 300 yards. So teaching new people at 50 yards is pretty impressive, especially when you get good results like this. You know, seeing that first reaction from people's face. You know, if they've made a few on paper, and it's thrilling. Pretty cool. The walk of shame, or fame, that's what I call it. After we shoot for about 30 minutes, Harry, the range owner, comes out and he calls it. Or the range officer there, they'll call a code range, and we get to see what our progress is. Did we do well? Did we not do as well? Anyway, the walk of shame. Oh, so what we had this one, we had this one, and there was one down here, right? Or one right here? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say it was down here. So this, and this. And who did that one?
I think that these were
yours. These three?
Yeah, were the good ones.
These three here. And then somebody.
That's me.
Down there. Was this one? Mm-hmm. You were aiming for that?
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying to you. I'm being dead ass.
All right. Well.
After a while, I couldn't see him, but I knew that this was by him, so I was like, fuck it, let me just go for it. I thought I hit the red, but I guess that's what the walk of shame is.
So another thing is about breathing.
Okay.
But I don't want to get all that into you because it just needs a shooting. That's easy, right?
Yeah.
That's a 22. I'll let you do one more round of that, then we're going to step up to 223, the 5.56, which is the AR.
Okay.
That's fun.
That feels crazy.
That one's fun. No, it's not crazy, but you will feel it more.
I did it before standing up.
Yeah, we're going to do it on bench.
Yeah, I'd rather sit down.
You know what I'm saying? It's a heavy gun, so you got to get used to it first. You know what I mean? But, yeah, give them a chance to hit the 20. The 308. When people actually get to use that gun, man, it's thrilling. So getting people to move to the 308 as we go through a few rounds of different caliber rifle, it really kind of brings it home, and people really enjoy that force of the 308. It's not that crazy of a recoil, but you do know that you're shooting a rifle. It's totally different than, you know, the 22 that we shot before. So this is the results from the 38.
I was getting a little cross-eyed shooting from my right side. You taking it?
Tradition. Your first shots that look well or ended up landing really well, always take that home, sign it, date it. Now it's wall art. Keep moving. You're moving as you're shooting. Handguns. And they're tough, man. You know, we didn't really stand up with our rifles. I taught them how to bench shoot. And you just have such a stable platform compared to your two arms doing the work. It's a lot more than two arms when you have the handgun aimed. It's a lot of the grip. So trying to get people to use the grip, the proper grip, the proper brace with your arms, and trying to calculate how to keep still and shoot straight. It's always a disaster when you first start. And you know, I have to tell people, don't worry, you're not going to see anything on the paper. And that's usually what happens. And it's just a pleasant surprise if they do actually hit something. But learning to shoot a handgun, a lot more into it. So I'm giving them a cheat code because I had to figure this out. I had one person that really kind of taught me how to grip the gun right, and that helped me a lot. Shouts out to Lee. I always talk about Lee. But I'm telling them all the other things that I learned after the grip. And it is just practice. So, they'll be back. Yeah, little sis was getting really frustrated around this time. We didn't stay too much longer after this. It was getting late. You know, there was a lot that we kind of did. I think we did for like 3 hours. That's a long session. But they are planning on returning, and I'll get a little bit more involved with the pistols that we have. I think they'll get it. They were kind of frustrated because, like I said, once again, handguns are tough. All in all, pretty successful day. Also, pretty fun. They enjoyed themselves. We talked about it after. It was cool. This is the thing that I love about taking people to the range. It's a good time. And hopefully I get them to do something that they can just go out and do it throughout the rest of their life, you know? Most people give me the same reaction. It is very stress-free. Well, until you get to the handguns. Anyway, thanks for watching. Always like, subscribe, share. And if you didn't know, I love you. And I'll see you the next time. Peace.